tuning in, Redneck's Dirtyhands. I'm Pete, and JP went out and got us some new decals for the old snowmobile trailer there. Bring her up to date. Looks pretty good, I think. You know, we're getting the image of us out there. I like it. Now, we got some other things in the mail there. I ordered a bunch of stuff for the red and white Sidewinder, and it showed up, and like a kid, like on Christmas, I got a little ahead of myself, and I started putting stuff on the sled, and I made a few parts without filming it, so we'll do a little bit of rewind. I'll walk around, show you what I got up to, and then we'll carry on and do a few more things to it, so let's go check it out. So as you can see, we've got the Sidewinder apart, and there's a few things different on there now. I got a big old box of parts that I ordered for it, and I thought, you know, nice beautiful red charge tubes there. We'll just test fit them to see how it goes. And then I got carried away and I put the one on. Then I put the other one on. Then I clamped them on. And then I put the blow-off valve in there. So I ended up putting all the stuff on there without filming. So I got rid of the original stock charge tubes, put these red silicone ones on there. It's a bit of an upgrade because we want to run some heavier boost on it. And a lot of guys have said that they've had issues with the stock ones splitting or swelling up. So I've got those on there. I got a new 3-bar map sensor put on because we're going to be running higher boost than stock. So you need the map sensor to go with the tune. Upgraded the blow-off valve. We got a Turbo Smart blow-off valve on there. So I guess the stock one's prone to kind of bleed off and leak when you get into the higher boost applications. So hopefully that'll fix that. I went ahead and made my own custom exhaust there. I was looking online, different racing companies and whatnot, Turbo Dynamics and Hurricane, and guys offering, you know, race exhaust or mufflers. And, you know, a Turbo Dynamics 3-inch Intimidator, you know, turbo force muffler, whatever, that's basically set up for race, is like $800. And there's no way in hell I'm paying that. So I took an old piece of exhaust pipe off an old GM Cube van, had a nice bend in it. I cut that. I just took the gasket for the turbo there, traced it out on a piece of plate, made my own flange, welded that guy on there, and then I got this kit of E-band clamp with the 2 ends on it, so I welded it on here. So basically now I can undo this, take this straight pipe off, and then I'm going to make my own muffler. So, you know, like right now it's pretty loud with the straight pipe, but I'll be able to just clamp a muffler on there so it'll quiet it down. I got the O2 sensor bung in there. I've got my AEM boost gauge, AFR gauge mounted on there. I think that turned out kind of nice. You know, so hopefully I also rigged up the wastegate actuator is back in here. So I just bolted on this plate. I've got an adjustable, basically a wastegate lock in there, so I can crank this in, lock it in place, holds the wastegate shut, so this thing will boost to the sky. And then I can undo it, pull it back, let that open up and bleed some pressure off, so we can tune it and see how it goes. You know, we don't want to totally grenade this thing, but we want to play with it and get her as high as we can. I'm kind of doing the old redneck scenario here, cheaping out and building my own exhaust. I'm going to leave the stock exhaust alone for now until I get this thing up and going. We still got to put a fuel pump and a regulator in there because we're going to be running over 300 horsepower, so you need the upgraded fuel pump for more flow. Now, I did pick up this ram air intake from Turbo Dynamics. It's not the one I was expecting to get. I was looking for the aluminum ram air. They sent me this one from Gap. It's designed, it's just a 3D printed piece, goes in stock location for you can put your vent and screen back on. Gives you a template. You're supposed to cut a hole in the front of your stock air box, which usually mounts right here, and it basically just rams the air into the air box. You know, I'm sure you plate that over so it filled up. To me, that's kind of dumb. You know, we want to go fast, so I rigged it up, I put it in there, and I made this adapter, took a piece of exhaust tubing, put a clamp on it, welded that on there. I made this little box out of tin, welded it all on, so that slips in. So instead of having that go into the stock air box and then charge the air box and go into your stock tube, this way, this fella slips back over top of that, back on there, and that way you've got your ram air induction straight from there going to the turbo. So there's a few more things we're gonna have to do. I got some weights, springs, rollers for the primary clutch. We'll be changing those. Gonna change the spring and rollers and secondary there. A lot of guys running high horsepower run the upgraded clutches, but they're pretty expensive, and I don't really want to spend the money on those. We'll test and tune with these and see how we can make out. Hopefully, the whole goal is to get this thing as close to 140 mile an hour as we can. Hopefully we can. Be fun trying, I'm sure. We don't have the proper setup for the track. This is a stock, pretty tall lug track on there, and what we're gonna do is swap that out for a 1-inch lug track off an SRX. So it's the shorter lug, good for higher speeds. So we'll get that swapped onto there. We'll fill that full of prickly studs. And then we'll probably do a gear swap on it so we can stock these things. This one anyway, it's got a 21 top tooth, 41 bottom tooth there, which supposedly out of the box, a lot of guys say it's good for anywhere from 120 to 125 mile an hour. But I mean, I don't know how true that is. We got no snow, can't test it right now to see. JP's got his there, which is close to stock right now, so we can do some testing with that one baseline as well. But we plan on doing a gear swap on there because we want a quarter mile. We want to hopefully be between 135 and 140. Maybe dreaming, who knows. I think we could do it. Get into the 130s anyway. I may still have to build my own header. Same thing. Hurricane Racing, TD, Precision EFI. They all want like $1,500 to $2,000 for a custom made header, and there's no way I'm paying that. I'll spend the time. I'll make my own if I want one that's freer flowing. So I'm kind of cheap. I don't mind spending a little bit of money on certain things, but if I can build it, I'll build it. You know, I'm not going to pay for that kind of stuff. So we'll carry on. Same thing, that's why I did that exhaust. You know, a lot of the guys use the straight out the side race pipe there, but I didn't want to cut a hole in my side panel. I like the wrap and I like how she looks. And I don't care what anybody says. That's a wide open 3-inch pipe. That's flowing nice and free. So, and I like the way it sounds with the longer pipe on there. It echoes a little bit more, so it makes it sound meaner. So we'll set up, and maybe next we'll change the fuel pump, get the regulator on there, and then little by little it'll come together. We just need Mother Nature to dump us with some snow so we can get this thing done and start testing on her. We'll get the lid back on it, and not only will she look good, hopefully she'll go good too. Now I know I didn't film me making this guy here, but JP likes it so much that he wants me to make one for his, so he can run his 300 horse tune and be free flowing. So what I'll probably do is I will redo another one for his, but it won't have the V-band on it. I'm just going to do a straight pipe out the bottom, and I'll film that. Totally smoked that guy. It got so hot it even caught the plate on fire. So hopefully the Mac guy will replace that one, because that one's no good. So let's try another one. using this one as mock-up to make the exhaust pipe for JP. So I've got the flange made up, the exhaust pipe tacked to it. I got a little turn out for it. So just slips down in, bolts onto the turbo like so, and there's JP's go fast pipe. Now we just got to weld it up. Well, a little bit of welding and grinding. I got the flange all welded on there. Turn downs on there. Gave it a quick whack with the grinder, the flat wheel, and see what it looks like on the sled. Well, there it is, sitting on the sled there. Kind of worked out pretty good. It's got the little bit of a bend in her, you know. A straight shot would have been more preferred, but that pipe is what I had, and it was free 99, which I like. Just took a little bit of time making the flange. You know, the bends worked out great. Fits on there pretty good. It's got a little bit of a turn back on it. JP, I think, is going to want to cut that on a bit of a steeper angle, he was saying. But, I mean, the TD Turbo Force 3-inch or whatever, I mean, $800, that sucker's free, you know. And, that's going to work just as good, if not better. So, you know what? Why spend the money if you don't have to? A little bit of time. That's like what? I think I got maybe an hour and a half into making that thing, you know, to save $800. I'll do that every time. So, hopefully JP likes it. See how it sounds. All right, I say we spark it up and see what it sounds like. Yeah, that sounds good. I might keep this one on mine and JP can have the white one I made. That's gonna be good going down the strip. Alright, well, thanks for tuning into this video there. I'll probably cut it short here now. I felt a little bit bad I didn't film putting all the charge tubes and, you know, the other bits and pieces and making that first exhaust. So I just wanted to show you, you know, with a little bit of time and some free scrap, you know, basically it was just an exhaust off of an old GM Cube van that I had laying around, you know, a little bit of time. Cut it up, weld it up, make a flange, you know. If you got a little bit of tools and some know-how, you can save $800, you know, if you want to get into the racing. And sometimes, you know, for the race parts and all that, they charge an arm and a leg for stuff that takes no time to make. It's cheap materials and stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the video and, you know, carry on. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and hopefully we'll do the fuel pump and regulator and maybe the track and gears and all that next video. Who knows? And then wait for some snow and we'll go ripping. Take it easy, guys.